There are two things I think everyone should know about this movie. One, this is maybe the most visually beautiful movie ever made. And two, it's maybe the most achingly beautiful ever made about an alternative mode of existence to capitalism. Like, it presents an idealistic picture of how we might be able to interact with each other if everything wasn't mediated by money. The movie is The Quiet Man, a 2-hour 9-minute romantic comedy drama from 1952 directed by John Ford, who won the Oscar for Best Director, and shot by Winton Hoke, who won the Oscar for Best Cinematography, and starring John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and Victor McLaglen, who are all great. I want to talk more about the money, so I'll put together a bunch of my favorite shots to just show you how visually gorgeous this is. There are colors in this movie that I've never seen in anything else. It's as beautiful as The Searchers, which feels like an insane sentence to say out loud. But back to the money. I'm not particularly educated on a lot of the, quote, main critiques of market capitalism, but one that seems as true as anything in the world from my experience is the pressure under capitalism to have everything function monetarily. Like, for instance, whether your kid goes to a Montessori school or public school or something else. We've organized our society around that not being just about what's best for the kid, it's also what you can afford. And that kind of sucks, right? It should be just about the kid. But it's even more insidious than that, I think, because the need to have everything exist in the structure means that there's a tendency for everything to be about the structure. Like when a new movie comes out, we have more discussion on the box office and whether it was financially successful rather than what it meant or how we experienced it. It's literally dehumanizing. And so even the act of seeing a movie becomes a market action. I feel like I have to see every Neon and A24 movie in theaters because there's some of the few companies making the types of movies that I personally really like. But I don't really care about how much a movie makes at the box office, but I feel compelled to do it. So you have that alienation, then you have the alienation of not being able to control what times you work, how long you work, or who gets to lead your work. And then you have the alienation of not being able to control or have a say in the output of your labor in any meaningful way. Like if you work for a tech company and your boss or the inscrutable owners of your company decide to make drones, well, then really you can just get a new job if you don't want to do that, right? And maybe enrich those same owners at a different company. Or maybe you can't quit because maybe your kid thrives under Montessori schools and you feel like you'd be abdicating your duty as a parent. And let's be honest, all that sucks shit. It just sucks. So this movie, The Quiet Man, is so brilliant to me because it paints an idealistic portrait of what if it didn't have to be like that? In kind of the same way, but much better executed than what Megalopolis tried to do. And amazingly, the way it does this is via comparing American violence with Irish violence. The main crux of this has to do with John Wayne's reluctance to fight Victor McLaglen for his wife's dowry. John Wayne was a boxer in America who killed a guy in the ring for money, even though he liked the guy. His only experience with violence and what he thinks it can be is a money fight to the death. And so the movie is about his journey towards realizing that, well, it doesn't really work like that in Ireland. Fighting your brother-in-law is a communal thing where you end up as friends afterwards. Like, that's how much capitalism subsumed things. John Wayne is unable to even comprehend that there's a way to just have a nice simple Donnybrook that the whole town can attend and cheer on. And then you're closer with your brother-in-law afterwards. And yeah, it's just beautiful to see. Like, what if there was a place where interaction with our fellow humans wasn't constantly and only mediated by money and lack of control? I don't know if that's ever existed in real life, but it sure looked fucking beautiful on film. Thanks for watching. Please like and comment and follow if you want more of this.